Ben Goessling is joining us as well as we continue, and we watched it on rebroadcast, if you will, after this game last night, Ben. But once again, Stephen Strasburg, as advertised, even looked better actually than he did in Harrisburg in last night's matchup against Gwinnett.
Yeah, I mean, he's been very good both in his last start at Harrisburg and in this one, and you know, you start to see the whole package come together here. This is a guy who doesn't need to be told things twice. He picks things up very quickly. He's been coached well, obviously, by Tony Gwynn, and he's taken the notes that the Nationals coaching staff has given him, and he's put those things into practice. And what you're seeing is a pitcher who, for age 21, is relatively close to, I mean, not being a polished product because you've got to come up here and do that first, but he's as close as you're going to get at the minor league level, in my mind, to being polished.
Do you think that he's going to have 3 or 4 starts there in AAA?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think the plan has kind of been, I think, probably 4 or 5 maybe, bring him up here probably first weekend of June. There might be a little bit of wiggle room in that, but I think they want to get him something close to the same level of experience he had at Harrisburg to get to Syracuse. So that'd probably be looking at 5 starts, somewhere in that neighborhood. That would be my guess anyway.
What has been fun to watch too is his offense ability. I mean, he's got base hits. He got 2 RBI last night. He's bunting like a major league pitcher you'd like to bunt.
Yeah, I mean, he's handled the bat well, and I was talking to Mike Rizzo about this last night. He said he's a scratch golfer too. I mean, I think the kid is just a natural athlete. He does everything he does well, and it looks smooth and effortless, and you don't see that he's putting in a ton of effort. He's just one of those guys.
Does he socialize with his teammates a lot, or is he more of an individual type guy that's a loner type?
Well, he's a quiet kid, but he's trying pretty hard to kind of break down the first pick barrier, if you will, and kind of associate with his teammates. He does a good job of kind of putting the focus on his other teammates and talking about what they're doing, kind of using the increased attention on him to turn some of that back on his teammates. So I think he's trying as much as he can, but there's going to be a little bit of a barrier there just because he is the first pick and he's making as much money as he is.
Well, you just saw our poll question there. It's about Stephen Strasburg. How would you evaluate the Nats' handling of Strasburg? Perfectly, moving too slowly, moving too quickly? And Ray, we can get your thoughts on that as well as we got Ben here.
Well, I haven't seen anything that makes me think that they're not handling pretty close to perfectly. He's gone down there. I do believe that it doesn't matter what league he's pitching in, he is so good that he's going to dominate, whether it's A-ball, AA, AAA, and big leagues it's going to be a little different. But if he can throw that curveball for strikes, you may not see any difference up here because these guys are not used to seeing that type of curveball thrown for strikes anytime in the count.
Well, we're going to continue talking about pitching, Ben, and Bruney struggled last night for the Nationals. The last 6 appearances, his ERA is above 6. What do you think is going on with Byron, and how do you think McCatty's handling it right now?
Well, I mean, this is kind of part of the package with Bruney. We've seen him walk guys before. This is kind of part of the reputation you get with this guy. And McCatty said last night one thing he's watched with Bruney is he's a max effort guy. So in other words, he's a guy that puts a lot of force, puts a lot of torque into his delivery to the plate, and almost feels like if he's not doing that, he's not working hard enough. So, I mean, he's not like Strasburg where it looks so smooth and then you look at the gun and it's 99 miles an hour. He's a guy that he's going to have a violent delivery, and for him, that's part of his thing. And with that, sometimes there's going to come some control issues.
Well, the 6th and 7th inning are just as critical as the 8th and 9th, and you've got to be able to bridge that gap.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's going to come from within, or do you think that if Drew Storen continues to throw well, that this may be a package deal in June that you see Storen as well as Strasburg?
Yeah, I think you'll see Storen pretty close to that time. I actually think you're going to see Storen a little bit before Strasburg. I mean, you know, Sean Burnett is an option there to kind of fix the problem internally, but yeah, I think in the end, Storen's probably your guy because you need Burnett to handle lefties. So I think Storen probably is up here before the end of the month.
Well, thanks a lot, Ben. Always a pleasure. How can we find you? I know how to find you, but how can we find you online? You can find me at MASNsports.com. My blog, The Goessling Game, is there. So people kind of learn how to pronounce my last name. It's not Goessling, it's Goessling. I'm on Twitter at MASNBen, and I do a chat during games every day. You can kind of find me there. I've got a couple video features coming in the next couple days that we're pretty excited about. So, yeah, check MASNsports.com for those. Yeah, if you check Twitter right now, Ben will tell you about the lineups.